Now, one of them, of course, is our legendary mechanic designer of Gundam. He is the father of Gundam and Gunpla, and he is here to give an exclusive talk session with me and with us as well. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Kunio Okara on stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the Gundam fans out there, please put your hands together and give a warm welcome to our mechanic designer of Gundam, Mr. Kunio Okara! どうぞステージの方にお上がりください。はい、ご登壇いただきました。ということで、Hello, Mr. Okara, and welcome back to Singapore. シンガポールへようこそいらっしゃいました。Now, if my memory serves me correctly, you are actually here 7 years ago. Yes. ということで、もし私の記憶が確かならばですね、大河原先生、なんと7年前にシンガポールにいらっしゃったんですよね。
海外で、サイン会2回目がシンガポール7年前。
Oh, really? Okay, so 7 years ago, he came to Singapore and he had his second autograph session outside of Japan. So that was 7 years ago. ということで、7年ぶりに訪れたシンガポールですが、一言、もうこちらにね、今日いらっしゃったガンダムファンの皆様に、一言メッセージいただけたらなと思います。Could you first of all say hello and express your words of greeting to all the Gundam fans out there?
ガンダムが生まれまして、今年で、26年、ガンプラが発売されて25年、これだけ、長い間皆様に支持していただけたことに、深く感謝申し上げます。
Well, first of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude for your long-time patronage or support for Gundam and Gunpla, because Gundam actually started about 36 years ago. Yes? And it's been 35 years ever since the launch of Gunpla. So it's been more than 3 decades for both Gundam, the animation series, as well as Gunpla. And this, long time support couldn't have been possible without all of you guys. So thank you so much for your continued support. はい、ということでですね、本日は先生のですね、デザインワークにまつわるいろいろな質問をさせていただきたいと思いますので、どうぞ最後までよろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。
Okay, so Mr. Okara, please take a seat. どうぞ、ご着席ください。はい、ということで、now you have just mentioned about, Gundam having 36 years of history and Gunpla having 35 years of history. What do you think, is the appeal of Gundam that has made it continuously popular over the past 35, 36 years? 先ほども大河原先生おっしゃっていたように、もう35年、36年にわたってガンダムおよびガンプラは皆さんに愛されているわけですが、そんな長い間にわたって皆さんに支持され続けられている、これ理由はどんなところにあると思いますか？
そのガンダムの制作プロダクションの企画室の方と、その当時考えたのは、ロボットは強くてかっこよくて、普通ノーブルな顔をして、そういうロボットを作ろうということで、この作品は始まりました。
So when the series first started in Japan some 36 years ago, the request that he received from the production team is to design a robot that is cool, strong, and has a noble appearance. So that's how I actually first started designing the Gundam robots. はい、そしてその人々に35億年にわたって愛され続けている魅力っていうのは何だと思いますか？
ごく普通の ロボット、もともとこのロボットをデザインするときは日本の侍をイメージして、作りました。
Really?
はい。
Well, did you know that? Okay, so what he thinks is the charms of Gundam robots that has garnered so much support over the past 3 decades is that it is a normal robot doing special things. Okay, and when he first started designing a robot, he actually followed the visual aspect of samurai. 侍をイメージして作られた。こちらに出てますね、スライドが。
この
はい。
横のエアインテークをずっと後ろまで、黒く塗って、
はい、
それでこのメインカメラを黒く塗ったら、
はい、
多分侍に見えると思います。
Oh, I get it. So he was just mentioning about, he got his inspiration on his first designs from samurai, right? So take a look at this robot right over here. Imagine painting the sides of his head all the way to this part, the crown part where the camera is. Wouldn't that make it look like a samurai? Kind of. Yes.
そしてここにある V アンテナは、鎧兜の角飾り。
And the antennas in front on his forehead actually resembles kabuto. Kabuto, which is a Japanese traditional mask, I would say. It's a mask that the samurais wear on their head. It's a helmet. So it kind of, yes, he got his inspiration from the various aspects of a samurai. はい、そうですよね。で、その皆さんに長きにわたって愛され続けているわけですけれども。So, as we all know, we have like over 3 decades of love and support infused from all the Gundam fans out there. How do you vary your designs, okay, accordingly to suit the changing times? Okay, let's ask him that question. 35、6年ずっとガンダムをデザインされてきたわけですが、時代の変化に伴ってデザインを変えられた部分っていうのはあるんですか？
一番先のいわゆるファーストガンダムっていう作品はかなり地球がいろいろな問題で進めなくなったら宇宙に住もうというそういうそのシチュエーションがかなり現実になりつつあるそういう感じの作品でかなり将来を、心配した真面目な作品ですが、そればかりですとやっぱりエンターテインメントとして、ちょっと、楽しくない部分があったので、途中からその宇宙世紀じゃなくて違うガンダム、特に私が評価をしているのは G ガンダム、それがあったおかげで、毎年新しいガンダムね、その時代が求めるガンダムを作り出すことができてきた。私は G ガンダムで結構評価はしてるんです。
G ガンダムを評価されているということですね。 Okay, so he's actually referring back to the first generation Gundam, the first Gundams. The setting that we had in the first Gundam is such that planet Earth had a lot of issues, and humans may not be able to live on Earth anymore. So eventually we may have to shift over to the universe, So that was the initial concept of the first Gundam, and because of that, it was a rather realistic scenario, and because of that, the series became rather serious in terms of its theme. Okay, but with the introduction of G Gundam, we were actually able to infuse various other elements into Gundam that made it more interesting. Okay, and so that's what he thinks, that's what he appreciates most about the Gundam series. So, and by the introduction of G Gundam, he was able to design Gundam robots that era, that particular time era actually needed or called for. Yeah.
それは、
はい。
今までのガンダムではなく、G ガンダムでその今までのガンダムの世代を全部壊していく。で、これから何でもありのガンダムが作れるっていうことで私は評価してるんですけど。
And the reason why he actually appreciates that G Gundam is because of the introduction of G Gundam, it actually gave the Gundam series a lot more freedom and liberty in terms of, in a sense that the first Gundam, the concept and series of first Gundam was kind of destructed in a good sense. And that gave so much more freedom for him as well as the creators to diversify the stories and characters of Gundam. Hi. ありがとうございます. Okay, so having said that though, so right now you've kind of covered about the changes that you've made to the designs over time, but what elements in your mechanic designs are consistently present throughout the years that has led to be your signature? ということで、今その時代とともに変化した部分についてお話ししてくださったんですけれども、逆にこの35年間変わらなかった普遍の部分の要素で、なおかつ大河原先生の特徴になっている部分ってありますか？
ガンダムって言いますといろんなメカデザイナーがデザインしていますけど、私のデザインはやはり単純な形で、魅力を出すということにいつも努めていますし、アニメーションっていうのはアニメーターが書いて動かす、そういう共同作業なので、やはり皆さん楽しく仕事ができるようになるべく負担がかからないデザインにしています。
Well, there are many mechanic designers out there, but as for me, I make it a point to actually keep my designs very, very simple and take a minimalistic approach to my designs. And the reason being that is because in the production of anime, we have to work together with the animators. There are hundreds and hundreds of animators out there, producing the Gundam anime. And his job, it's part of his job to make their lives easier. Okay, so if you design something that is too complicated or too sophisticated, that's going to give the animators a very hard time. So by minimizing the number of strokes or lines and keeping the shapes and form of the robot simple and minimal, that gives, I would say, a peace of mind for the animators. And I think that is something that has not changed in his designs over the 35-6 years. はい、ありがとうございます。はい、そしてですね、なんとこちらご紹介したいスライドがあるんですが、we'd actually like to show some slides featuring his design works. Yes, there it is. なんと大河原先生のデザインほとんど手書きになっているんですよね。ですよね。Okay, so what you can see on the slide is the actual original designs drawn by Mr. Okara, and these are actually hand-drawn. Each design is hand-drawn. So, I'd like to ask him, how has your, if any, drawing methods changed over time? Okay? ということで、こちらの 手書きのデザインなんですけれども、新しいデザインを組むときにこの書き方というか作業方法とか変化することってあるんですか？変化何かしてきたことってありますか？
私の場合は1972年からアニメーションの仕事をやってますけど、その時にはそういう便利なものはなかったんで、デジタル。
はい、そうですね。
だからやはり手で書くのが一番慣れている、それもありますし、ものによってはデジタルで、デザインして納品することもあります。
そうなんですか。それはいつ頃からデジタルでもうデザインをされるようになったんですか？
結構もう15年ぐらい前、3D、グラフィックの勉強もしましたし、ただ実際 3DCG 作りますとすごくのめり込んで時間をロスしてしまうので、やっぱり我々の仕事はタイムスケジュールに忠実でないとちょっとまずいんで、なるべく慣れたをしてます。
Right, so he just mentioned that yes, all his designs are actually hand drawn. It's just because it's mainly because he's really used to that method of hand drawing. He started his work as a mechanic designer back in 1972, and back then we didn't really have any high-tech softwares to allow them to design something on the computer. But back then, most of the designers actually used to hand draw their designs, and he was no exception. And he's just so used to adopting that method that he has hardly ever tried designing anything using the computer software. But ever since about 15 years ago, depending on which aspect of the design that he's working on, he does use the computer sometimes. But the downside of using the computers is that he gets so engrossed in it that he forgets about time, and it just like continues, it just like keeps on working on it. But as you all know, in animation production, everybody is pressed for time. Okay, everyone's like rushing for timelines and deadlines. So, being engrossed in this computer software does not help to expedite the process. So he still sticks to the traditional, conventional method of hand drawing. そうなんですね。やっぱりね、あれですよね、のめり込んでしまうとね、時間のロスも多いですしね。多いですね。ありがとうございます。ということで、そんな大河原先生なんですが、実はガンダムだけではなく、他の商品のデザインも手掛けられているんですよね。そんなガンダムで培った、経験というものが他の商品をデザインするときに何か違いがあるものなんですかっていう質問をさせていただいたんですね。So the question is, Mr. Okawara actually does design works not just for Gundam but for other products as well. So I just want to ask him whether there are any difference between the process, the designing process between Gundam and non-Gundam merchandises.
アニメーションの場合は特に、立体、プラモデルは別ですけど、実際のものにならないですから、どちらかというと夢を見てもらう。ところがそのプロダクト、いろいろ実際のものを作る場合っていうのは夢だけではできないので、実際にできるような構造だったりデザインだったり、その辺に心がけてる、その辺はやっぱり大きな違いかなと思います。
なるほど。もしかするとお客さんの中には知っている方もいるし知らない方もいらっしゃると思うので、そのガンダム以外の商品って実際にどんなものをデザインされてるのかって 伺ってもよろしいですか? So, when talking about merchandises that he designs, other than Gundam, do you know what kind of products he designs?
現在ですか？
今ですね、
今はもう少し前にその iPhone5S の5と 5S の、バンパー
ケースバンパーですか？
をソフトバンクさんの方から発売しましたし、まあ現在ですと超小型 EV 電気自動車の
電気自動車
がただ走るんじゃなくて、それが立ち上がって両手が出るちょっと見たらロボットっぽい車を今開発してまして、今走ってます。
走ってるんですか？
和歌山の方で実証実験やってますので。
So, other than Gundam and its related merchandises, he's into designing various different types of products, including the bumper for iPhone 5S, the casing for iPhones, as well as vehicles as well. He designs cars. It's a very unique type of car whereby when you press the switch, the legs will come out, and it's a very futuristic type of vehicle. He's designed that, and it's currently in use in Japan in Wakayama Prefecture. So these are the non-Gundam products and merchandises that he designs. And the difference between Gundam and non-Gundam merchandises in terms of the designing process or the designing concept is that for Gundam, it is not real. So in that sense, he's able to design Gundams based on his dreams and ideals. Alright, so the kind of dreams and ideal world that he wants to provide and show it to the audience and children. However, as for non-Gundam products such as cars and mobile phone gadgets, they're real tangible objects. So for these real tangible objects, it has to be functional. So functionality is actually the top priority when it comes to designing non-Gundam related merchandises and products. ありがとうございます。でですね、そんなガンダム以外のものをデザインされるときに、ガンダムのデザインで培われた経験が何かデザインに影響を及ぼすことってあるんですか? So the question is, you have actually continued designing for Gundam for like 6 years. So has this experience affect or influence your designs for non-Gundam products and merchandises?
やはり全て私43年間アニメのメカデザインを続けてますけど、やはりそれガンダムだけじゃなくて今までの42年間体に染みついてますので、特にそういう電気自動車とかの開発に関しては、日本のアニメを見て育った人が40代半ばで、そういう人が車をロボットにしたいとか、そういう要求をされるんで、それを答えてるだけなんですけど。
素敵ですね。実際にガンダムを小さい頃ご覧になって大きくなられて、でそのガンダムを小さい時に見たものから何かインスパイアされて、先生にこんなものを一緒に作りませんかというオファーがあるということですよね。
そうですね。
嬉しいですね。
そうですね。今年の8月8日から上野の森美術館で私の展覧会がありますので、
そうなんですね。
その時にその車は一応ジオン仕様で赤と黒に塗装された実物の車を展示します。
そうなんですか。Well, very interesting. So, he has mentioned that, well, he has been a mechanic designer for over 40 years now. So, all the designs for my non-Gundam merchandises doesn't really have a direct influence or impact from the Gundam designs, but it's an accumulation of my entire experience as a mechanic designer. Okay. However, one very interesting episode that he actually just shared with me is that the children who have actually enjoyed the first generation Gundam are now grown up and they're now into their 40s and 50s, thereabouts. And they, as children, have been inspired by watching the Gundam animation series. And the inspiration have actually led them to come up with ideas such as the car that he was just talking about. It's the electric car where when you press the button, the arms will come out and it runs on electricity rather than gasoline. So these kids who grew up watching Gundam are now working in various industries in Japan and giving him offers to collaborate with design works for cars and things like that. So that is really a very special experience for him. That is very interesting. And starting on 8th of August at Uenomori Bijutsukan. It's a museum in Japan. Uenomori
上野の森
上野の森美術館っていうのは日本のどこ辺にある
上野です。
上野はい、so 上野の森ですね。
はい。
So, I don't know whether you know where Ueno is in Japan. Maybe some of you may have visited Ueno before. It's in Tokyo. There is a museum called Ueno no Mori Bijutsukan. And from 8th of August, Mr. Okara will be having his exhibition there. And in that exhibition, he is actually going to be displaying that car, that electric car that he has just mentioned. And this vehicle is actually painted in black and red. It's a Zaku model vehicle. Oh, sorry, Zio. Sorry about that. Zio model. So if you have a plan to go to Japan during that period, August 8 thereabouts, いつ頃まで展示会の方やってらっしゃるんですか
9月27日、その同時に、
はい、
六本木では、はい、ガンダム展やってます。両方とも
8月の8日から
8月8日は私で
上野の森
そう、7月何日かな同時期、はい、ガンダム展は、六本木で同時に開催しているので、両方行ける距離です。
Right. So while there's going to be Mr. Okawara's exhibition at Ueno no Mori Bijutsukan in Ueno from 8th of August to September 28th thereabouts. 27 September. Concurrently, there is going to be a Gundam exhibition happening at Roppongi. 六本木のどちらになりますか？
森美術館だっけ？六本木
ヒルズの方になりますよね。There's one museum.
何日からだっけ？
And from 15th of July until early August, there is going to be a Gundam exhibition at Roppongi.
そんな短かったっけ
？Well, the details you can actually check online later, maybe.
私と同じ時までやってると思うよ。9月27日まで。
If you have a plan to visit Japan during that period, July, August, September, thereabouts, and if you happen to be in Tokyo, Ueno, or Roppongi, you can actually enjoy, thank you so much, both exhibitions at the same time. So this is the Art of Gundam exhibition happening at Mori Art Center Gallery. This is at Roppongi, the famous Roppongi Hills. Alright? So please, don't forget to drop by if you're going to Japan during that period. ありがとうございます。はい。
これ招待状です。
招待状なんですか？
そうです。入場券です。
これどうしましょう？じゃあこちらは後ほどはいありがとうございます。Now I need to buy my air ticket to go to Japan. Thank you very much. Okay. そうですね。ということでさまざまなお話を。
それと一つね、今年のモーターショーにその、超小型 EV を出すかもしれないですね。
モーターショー。
東京モーターショー。
東京モーターショーが でその先生のデザインされたジオンモデルの
ジオンカラーじゃないかもしれないですけど、その車は、3台ぐらい展示するという話は聞いてますけど、
Okay, so more exhibitions and displays coming up. And this year's Tokyo Motor Show. いつ頃かってわかりますか、私。
わかんない。多分秋だと思う。
Tokyo Motor Show, I'm sure some of you will have more details about this motor show than we do. But in the motor show, his electric vehicle EV will be displayed. Yes?
もう2年前にね、1回モックアップを展示したんです。それが今実際にこうできてる。
So the mock-up version or the prototype of that EV was actually displayed 2 years ago, but now we have the actual vehicle, the working vehicle, which will be on display in this year's Tokyo Motor Show. So for details, please check online. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Now this year, as we all know, we are celebrating Singapore 50, SG50, yeah? And Mr. Okara, you actually designed a special edition of the RX78-2 model. Now earlier in the opening ceremony, you have mentioned briefly about that as well, but could you tell us in more detail what was your inspiration behind designing the SG50 model?
ということで今年はですね、なんとシンガポールは建国50周年記念ということで、先ほどオープニングでも少しお話しくださったんですが、岡原先生、スペシャルエディションのモデルをデザインしてくださったんですが、これどんなインスピレーション、こちらにもですね、なんとそのデザイン画があるんですね。
はい、一応その形はやっぱり RX78 の2なんで、それはもういじれないわけで、そして、シンガポールって言ったらやはり国旗の赤と白、
はい、そうですね。
で、誰もがシンガポールっていうとマーライオン、これは誰でもが共通の認識なんで、形はいじれないんですけど、コスチュームとして、シンガポール、だったらこれが一番似合うんじゃないか、赤と白とマーライオンと、そしてその清潔な街をイメージして、私としてはかなり喜んでいただけるようなデザインになったんじゃないかなと思ってます。
皆さんも、ね、手に箱持ってらっしゃいますけれどもね。
Okay, so what you just mentioned, the inspiration behind this SG50 model is that he could not make any changes to the form of the robot because this is the template that we have. So he played around with the colors and the decorations. And of course he has used the national colors of Singapore, red and white, as you can see. This is actually the actual design. The drawing that he has drawn is the actual thing that's being displayed on the easel right now. And of course, one of the first symbol that everyone thinks about when we talk about Singapore is of course the Merle Lion. So the Merle Lion's head is actually placed on the shield as well. And another theme or concept that he had in mind was the clean city, the cleanliness of Singapore. So the designers kept rather simple and clean. And in his opinion, he believes that you guys will like it. Do you like it? Do you like the design of it?
Of course.
皆さん好きです。好きですよね。
それほど多くのデザインをしてなくて、もうこれだと思ったので、本当に2パターン出しただけなんですけど、程よい派手さもあって、すごく私としては、良かったんじゃないかなと感じております。
Right, so he was saying that because he wanted to keep it simple and rather straightforward, he hasn't tweaked around much with the design. He has only proposed two design plans, and we have settled on this one. And he feels that the design of this SG50 model is flashy in a good sense, but it's not too loud. Okay, it's just nicely colorful and vibrant, and that's what he likes about it. はい、ということでね、
国旗の話しちゃまずいよね。
いかがでしょう大丈夫ですかね大丈夫ですかね Okay.
初
So
め
there's
は
another episode to share about this SG50 model.
初めはこの、左肩に国旗のお月と星が入ってたんですけど、
はい
さすがそれはダメっていうことで、この、SG50 は OK っていうことで、いろいろマーライオンとか全部チェックしてもらって OK した形がこれなんです。
Right. Initially, in the very first stage, there was actually the flag of Singapore was actually being featured on its left shoulder, where it is red right now. On the left shoulder, initially there was a flag of Singapore there, but unfortunately we couldn't get the approval to go ahead with the design, so we had to remove that aspect of it. But we managed to retain the logo of SG50 on the other side. Yeah. So initially he was thinking of having a national flag of Singapore there, but it wasn't approved, so it didn't happen. はい。ということで、何か他にも面白いエピソードとかありますか？この SG50 のデザインをされるにあたって。
ですね、これはかなり簡単にインスピレーションできた。それは7年前に一度シンガポールに来てるんで、その国のイメージとかそういうのは全部よく分かってる、そういう部分ではすごく今回はうまくいったと思いますし、7年前、シンガポールに来た時に街を走っているメルセデスの SLK が随分多かったので、もう日本に帰ったらすぐじゃあ乗り換えようって言ってシンガポールにすごい車がいっぱいあるので、そういう印象がものすごい強いし、そういうものを全部この中に入れ込んだっていう。
そうなんですね。So he was just mentioning that in the process of designing this SG50 model, it wasn't that difficult for him because he had already visited Singapore 7 years ago, and he had already had some impression about Singapore, and he remembers that when he visited here 7 years ago, he saw so many Mercedes cars on the roads, the high class, the SLK Mercedes, and he was really impressed and surprised by that. So he thought maybe I should change my car from a Jaguar to a Mercedes, or something like that. So in that sense, all this inspiration that he has received or experienced in Singapore 7 years ago, he was able to infuse that into this SG50 model. ちなみにそのメルセデスの部分っていうのはこの絵で指すとどの辺になるんですか？
そういう具体的なところじゃなくて頭の中でこうミックスして出した。
Oh, I see. I was just asking him, so which part of the SG50 model has actually been inspired by Mercedes? But he was saying, no, it's not one specific part of it, but it's the entire impression of the robot that has been infused with my impression of Singapore from 7 years ago. なるほど。
でもやっぱり国旗からインスパイアされた部分がものすごく基本になってます。
Okay, but he's saying that most of the design elements of this robot actually comes from the national flag. The majority of it is actually being inspired from the national flag. 本当に
色もね、ここ 赤と黄色なんですけど、
はい
赤と海の色のブルーっていうパターンも作ったんですけど、
そうなんですね。
それでこちらの赤と黄色の方が採用されたんで、
ちなみに黄色っていうのはどんなものを象徴されてたりするんですか？
赤道直下ですね。
赤道。
熱帯の国。
なるほどですね。So he was just sharing with me that on the other design, where there's yellow right now was actually blue to symbolize the ocean. Yeah, however, this version was picked and it's right now yellow, that part, and the yellow actually represents the equator. Yeah, and Singapore is located just underneath the equator. はい、ということでですね、本当に貴重な話たくさん本日を本当にお聞かせいただきまして誠にありがとうございます。Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Okara, for sharing with us such interesting episodes behind the creation of your Gundam robots and of course the SG-50 version. Thank you so much. ということで、ここで一旦トークセッションを終了させていただきますが、また後ほど岡原先生にはサイン会の方でご登場いただきたいと思います。